Hey there! Today we're gonna talk about how to utilize the skills of our healers and how to actually play them correctly so you can have most benefit from it. Now, here on the bottom you have 5 healers which the game offers. The rat is symbolizing the newest hero segment, which I don't currently have yet, but decided to record this so all those guys who have segments, you can start having a better understanding of how to utilize that troop. So on top of that troops, above those troops, you have a rough example of a setup which we can play, where these are the tanks, this is my melee attacking units, we're gonna have some ranged long distance units right here, and assuming that you have all 5, I'm just gonna set them up the way I would do it, and explain in few words how they work. So in terms of protecting your front line, your tanks and your melee attacks, because they're gonna kind of create something like this all together when they go, she will stay behind them, but all those guys here will keep pushing forward. The best defense are Velifs, those guys. Now the best way to play them is if you have few of those, so you wanna actually keep them together so they can keep healing each other. The worst thing you can do is something like that, because ultimately this one will go up, this one will go down, so they will spread. So the best way is to set them up is like this. That way they very often will go together, unless you have any attack on the backline, then this one can go there and split up, but eventually will join. So Velifs you wanna use together. Next thing, if you don't have 2 Velifs, you have Velif and Water Maiden. Very good combination is to keep them like this in the same line. That way they will kind of remain roughly, he will remain in her range, while she will remain in the second line, being behind the melee troops. If she's set like that, she might attack, but if she's covered by any troops right in front, she should stay behind them. Next stop, Archangel. Archangel's healing abilities are not really strong until you really develop him and you play against units like ranged units and troops. You play against setups with a lot of ranged units, because that's how he's healing. So all the ranged abusement, all the projectiles shot at the dome he's creating will heal a portion of that damage to the troops under the dome. So if you have several of those developed, they're quite convenient. Next stage, we're gonna have Cleric. Clerics are pretty weird, and if you know how to use them, they might be quite convenient, because if you have a lot of troops attacking backlines of your enemies, best way to place Cleric is in the front line. That way he can sort of heal the troops attacking the backline of your enemies. But if you have only, for example, Cleric and Water Maiden, the best way to utilize them is like this. So that way they will heal each other like Velifs together. So yeah, that's especially for less experienced players with a smaller power. You're gonna play them like this. Now, in terms of segment, let's gonna use rat for the segment. Segment is very important currently, because this is the troop. If you place them behind, for example, engineer, they will stay there and they will heal just her. So it will be like a defender for the backline. So this is very convenient against lineups with thunder shots, for example. So if you have Imperial Elves, sharpshooters, anything attacking your backline and potentially being able to harm your engineer, and if your setup depends on her damage, and it's around that, for example, like my lineup does, that's if I lose her, that's half of my damage is off the window. So my purpose is to defend her and allow her to do her job. So for me, segment will be very convenient. That way I can make sure that she's healed up if we go even against lineups with hunters, which can get her through numerous piercing attacks. So currently it kind of looks like Velif will attack with the front line. Right behind them we're gonna have Water Maiden kind of protecting the middle part. She's having a range of attack same like Battle Drummer, so if you place her here, she's going to heal all those troops right there. But again, you wanna watch how she works with your troops and which path she's choosing, because you might have to place her in different position instead of here, for example, there, so she can remain in the center of your troops. Right with her, we're gonna have Archangel. Now behind, roughly there, will be Cleric, just working to heal the most damaged troops, so he might not necessarily stay in the back. If you have big damage in front, he might move a little bit there. If she's gonna get smacked, he will return to her to heal her up as well. So having few Clerics is very convenient as well, but they're gonna be in the back line, and completely at the back you're gonna have Sekhmet. So if we play just with healers, this is sort of the positions during your attack they're gonna hold. So Verlif will never keep you the backline. He likes to attack and he likes to be in the center of action, so he'll go with that. While Water Maiden is a little bit angry, but she likes to keep her distance. Archangel is watching everything from the distance. Cleric heals if he has to, but otherwise he's not really interested to do anything around in terms of attacking or creating any form of damage. And so does Sekhmet. So yeah, that's a few words about the healers. Guys, let me know what you think, and was this tutorial helpful for you? If you have any questions, please drop them in comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button. I also encourage you to check my subscriptions membership area and join to support my channel. I'll kindly and greatly appreciate that. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care.